People here in Southwest Florida having close ties to America's heartland. We want to revisit the extreme weather that's killed at least 77 people. Tonight, our meteorologist Andrew Shipley is breaking down how climate change could lead to even more extreme weather, including in our area. Andrew?
Just this past week alone, the United States heartland was devastated by two major weather events, including the four-state tornado event and the Dietro event across the northern plains. That adds to the 18 already billion-dollar storm events that we've seen so far this year. And those events include wildfires out west, the Texas winter freeze, and hurricanes across the Gulf Coast. And we've seen damages measuring over $100 billion thus far this year. And that actually outweighs the amount of damage that we saw last year, which actually saw a record number of events.
Well, it could be a short-term cycle or a longer-term cycle. What we have noticed is the severe weather occurs further north and lasts longer, like we saw with the bad tornadoes over the weekend.
In Florida, the National Weather Service is seeing less severe weather events during our rainy season. Despite less events, those events are trending towards the wetter side.
In the last couple of years, it's felt to me like we've gotten rain in bigger packages with bigger spaces in between.
The heavier rain events during our wet season will likely become more common as our climate changes. This could lead to more flooding events in Southwest Florida.
We're going to start to experience flooding at high tide on our area roads, especially during heavy rain. So it's just we're going to have to adapt with how things are changing.
The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration says the number and cost of extreme events are increasing over time due to exposure, vulnerability, intensity, and climate change. These type of devastating events not only cause immediate damage, but it can also have long-lasting effects on the economy. Clark says as Florida continues to build and grow, we need to consider how climate change affects us and how we can adapt.
Building for the future and growing housing, whether it's multifamily housing or single-family housing, we need to think really seriously about what the structure looks like and also what evacuation routes will look like.
Dr. Everham says that building more green space into that new development will not only help Florida become more sustainable, but also help combat climate change.
As we put more development on the landscape, we increase the requirements for embedded green space. So if you've got 1,000 acres to develop, you put the people on 500 of them, and you create good natural systems in the other 500 acres.
The World Meteorological Organization says the number of damaging weather events has gone up by 5 over the last 50 years. Thankfully, though, the number of deaths by weather-related events have gone down thanks to early warning and disaster management. Reporting in Cape Coral, I'm meteorologist Andrew Shipley, Fox 4.
Thank you, Andrew. And you know,